the simplest lasagna I've ever made. I started a little bit ahead of you just with one small onion and a little butter and olive oil. And I've been sweating it out a few minutes just so we could move forward. I'm using 2 pints of fresh half cherry tomatoes that are always in season. But of course, you guys can choose to use canned cherry tomatoes or just some diced tomatoes from Italy. Stupid easy. Once we sweat the onions, I can add the garlic. We don't want to burn the garlic. So I'm going to add the garlic now, 3 or 4 cloves, whatever you like. I already salted the onions. I'm going to add just 1 pinch more for the tomatoes to get them to slump. If you're using fresh, cover it for 10 minutes over medium to medium-high heat. Now, if you're using canned tomatoes, this is absolutely unnecessary. You simply break them up with a flat wooden paddle and you're done, okay? And you're going to add fresh basil and passata. So then the sauce is well on its way. I defrosted spinach. 1 pound of frozen spinach. I have already drained this 3 times, just to let you know. I'm adding it to a quart, 1 quart, 2 pounds, 32 ounces of ricotta cheese. So all we do is take the defrosted spinach, mix it with the ricotta, an egg, and parm. We're going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of grated nutmeg, freshly grated nutmeg. And now the spinach, cheese, and egg filling is done and combined. You can use the straight to the dish, but if you're going to boil the squares, do what we did here. Cook them whenever, even the day before. I layer them between parchment paper and I cover them tightly, really snug with plastic. And the top layer I put on 2 sheets of parchment. I want to keep them moist. I'm setting them on top of a layer of our fresh tomato basil sauce. We have 32 ounces of ricotta with defrosted, drained, frozen spinach. I'm using my hands. I'm sorry, guys. That's just the best way to do this. Okay, now, oh, guess what? More pasta. 6 squares per layer is how you're gonna come out in a casserole that's 9 by 13. In the center, I put the tiniest drizzle of tomato sauce. You don't want it to get too wet in the middle. Just a little doobity-doop. Technical cooking term, the doobity-doop. And then, of course, more ricotta. Next layer. Again, tiniest bit of sauce. And the last of our ricotta. And then the last layer of pasta. And then we kind of set that. And cover with more sauce. Save a little to pass at the table, guys. And then we top that with 2 cups or about 12 ounces of mozzarella and the reserved Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. And then on top, I put a little bit of nonstick foil, the flat-looking side, not the shiny side. And it goes into a 400-degree oven at center rack for about 40 minutes, and then we brown and bubble. So when the lasagna comes out of the oven, it is the hardest part of the simplest lasagna recipe ever. You have to wait. You have to wait like 20 minutes before you cut it so it can set back up. And then we just top it as we must with a traditional lasagna with a little bit of parsley, a little bit of grassy parsley.